on, guys? Thanks for joining us on the Budget BBQer. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to turn this chuck roast into great pulled beef sandwiches for under $15. Now, if you're like me, you like to eat barbecue all the time, but you don't want to spend $100 every 3 days buying a brisket, and you're probably not cooking for 20 people every day either. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about different ways that we can make great barbecue on a budget and focus on how we can do that right. So stay tuned and I'll show you what we're going to do. Alright, so what we're going to do first is I've got my Oklahoma Joe's Bronco temping up right now. We're going to go up to about 300 degrees. We're going to take this chuck roast. I've seasoned it just like a brisket, so I'm using salt, pepper, Lawry's, and we've rubbed it down with a little bit of mustard so that we can get that to stick and adhere, using it as binder. So once this gets up to temp, we're going to get the chuck roast on there and we're going to cook it at 300 for about 4.5 hours. Now the first 2 hours it's going to go on by itself, and then once we get it to about 165 degrees, we're going to pull it off and put it in a pan with beef broth and butter, and we're going to braise it for the remaining time. Now once that's finished and it's cooked for that full time, get it up to a little over 200 degrees internal temp on the meat, then we're going to go ahead and pull that into some awesome pulled beef sandwiches, mixing that broth with the sauce. It's going to be fantastic, and we're going to do the whole thing for only about 15 bucks. Alright, so we got a couple of hours of smoke on it, and now we're going to braise it. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so what we did is we went ahead and put in the broth, and we fill around the pan so that it only comes up about halfway or so to the sides of the beef, and then we're going to put the butter in pads on top. We don't want to cover the top or even pour over the broth on top of it because we want that bark to set. And we're going to go ahead and leave this here until it comes up to about 200 degrees. Okay, so we got it off the smoker at 200 degrees, temping about 202, 203 in the thinner part, and right at 200 in the thicker part. So we're going to take a look at that, and I'm going to show you how we're going to make this sauce. Alright, look at that meat with the beautiful bark. Now we've taken and strained off all of the butter and broth mixture into this measuring cup, and now we're going to add in the barbecue sauce. So we're going to go half and half, 50% each. Okay, so here we got the golden potato buns and ranch style beans, and so those are going to be how we make the sandwiches and the side. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this, I'm going to pull it, I'm going to show you how easy it comes apart, and then we're going to add the sauce, mix it all together, and it's going to be ready to eat. Now if you find any unrendered fat portions, we're just going to pull those out. Otherwise, we're just going to pull this apart. Okay, so now what we're all going to do is we're going to add the sauce right in. We got 1 cup total here. And that was about a 2.5 pound chuck roast. We're going to put that meat right on there. Get a nice big sandwich out of that. Oh yeah, that's what we need. Now, take that, close her up. We are ready to dive in. Alright, well thanks again for joining us here at the Budget BBQer, where we're taking quality barbecue and making it on a budget. Now, of course, we plan to look at doing all kinds of different recipes using leftover barbecue from those quality cuts that we do all like to enjoy and purchase, and turn those leftovers into excellent family meals. So join us next time, and thanks again.